The price of HNT is cratering, and even worse, helium is underperforming its peers. The short-term outlook for HNT is not great, but there is still tremendous progress being made behind the scenes that will add value to the helium network and HNT in perpetuity. Demand-side growth is maintaining its strength, and light hotspots are just weeks away, but that doesn't take away from the short-term pain and the big red numbers on the chart. In just a few months from now, I imagine this time period and sub-$20 HNT will be looked back on in disbelief, with people wishing they looked past the short-term micro outlook and thought more about the long-term prospects for helium. Let's take a look at the charts in today's video. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis, looking at these charts. They are not pretty. We are at the lowest point of this extended downtrend from the all-time highs around $60 for HNT. We have broken the psychological $20 threshold and are now currently sitting below the previous resistance line from this accumulation zone that took place throughout 2021. Really brutal price action here, not only specific to helium, but across equity and crypto markets as well. If we look over here at the relative performance, helium is not doing well. This is probably, of all the things happening, this is the last thing that I like to see. I always understand that helium will be impacted by broader markets, whether it's cryptos or equities in some way. However, when helium starts to underperform its peers, that is not a good sign. We always would like to maintain where we were. We have been as high as the 40 and 41 rank by market cap range. We are now at 52. Falling behind quite a good amount here. But of course, with underperformance comes opportunity. We will get into what I am doing with regards to my purchasing of HNT and my thought process behind what we might be looking at in 6 months to a year from now. And of course, I do want to continue to make the point here that this demand side protocol fees here for helium are doing extraordinarily well. They are maintaining higher and higher levels here. Now, of course, this does include onboarding of hotspots. However, the onboarding of hotspots far underpaces this increase that we have seen. So this demand side growth is starting to come from more usage of the network and actual data transfers, because as we know, the onboarding of hotspots for the past, let's say, 6 months to a year has not been increasing as much as this chart is increasing here. So of course, even though that stuff is built into the demand side of helium, we are experiencing other demand side growth, which is fueled by usage and data transfer on the network, which is incredibly important. And we really do need to see this chart continue to maintain higher and higher levels. Now, guys, I did want to jump over here to the actual helium ETL, because of course, this web3index.org does have some good information, but a lot of people are a little bit skeptical of actually where this information is coming from. But if we look over here at the data transfer usage per week in US dollars here on the helium ETL, we can see that these numbers aren't exactly corresponding with this spike here, or at least this one particular spike here, but this is very similar data that we are seeing, or a very similar trend. At least we can see that these bars are considerably larger than these ones from mid to late last year. And I think that the main difference between what we're looking at here and this Web3 index is that this is only data transfers. I don't believe this includes any of the onboarding or anything like that. But the good news is the right side of the chart, these bars are higher than these bars. That is good. We want to continue to see that happening. And of course, this is over the past 40 weeks. However, looking at this chart, we can see that despite the demand side growth growing for helium, we are really breaking through really critical areas on these charts. Of course, we are continuing the downtrend of lower lows. We are below the $18 level now. This is really not pretty for Helium. And as you can see, we are losing momentum here as the 50 EMA accelerates farther and creates a bigger gap from the 200 EMA right here. At this point, there's really no telling where we could end up. This yellow line really, I thought, would act as a much stronger support, as it was a very strong resistance for a very long time here for Helium. However, we seem to have broken right past it and are currently sitting below it and have opened below it. And if we look at this weekly, it looks even worse. We can see we are accelerating downward now after gaining some positive momentum here for just a little bit. We are accelerating downward now, farther below this 50 EMA that we were looking at in previous videos, because that was such a critical level here. And as we can see, once we did break below it, we recovered briefly, but we are accelerating downward. And there's sort of no support to be found here. This is really no man's land, price discovery almost. Obviously, we can go down here to this level. 15 is certainly in play. I would not rule a $15 HNT out over the next week or so. But the question is, what do we do in this situation? Of course, maintain the mining. That helps offset some of the unrealized gains here if you're not selling any of your HNT. However, the best thing to do in this situation, and of course, this is not financial advice, this is just my philosophy, what I will be doing, and being that I really do believe in HNT long term. I believe in the network, I believe in the use cases, and I think it is going to be one of the most valuable applications of crypto going forward over the next 5 to 10 years. I really do believe in dollar cost averaging into moments like this. This is an extremely opportune time to be buying very cheap HNT, considering everything that we know that is being worked on, that is in the process, some of the partners that have jumped on board over the last 3 to 6 months. I think that this is a very good time to dollar cost average into purchasing HNT below $20. And of course, if we do get to this $15 range, which is certainly possible, I will probably increase the sizes of the purchasing, because I really do believe the recovery within 6 months to a year from now is going to be extraordinary. And I think looking back, everyone will look at this area of the chart and sort of kick themselves in the head and say, how did I not see the use case and the utility and the value of this network? This all is being built now. Of course, it is not being used as much as some of us might like it to, but all of the partners are aligning. All of the companies that are building all of the different hardwares are aligning, and all of this stuff is in the works, and it is being built and refined as we go on. And of course, there will be bumps in the road, but this type of network doesn't get built overnight. So that is what I am doing. I think this is a huge opportunity to dollar cost average into HNT at these periods. And of course, like I mentioned, not financial advice, just my opinion. And now guys, just for reference, I did want to actually see the extension of the price drawdown here. We were down about 66% previously. Now, obviously, that decrease has increased. And if we connect here to the new low, we are down about 69.22%. An absolutely massive drawdown from the all-time highs, the biggest Helium has ever seen. As we can see, back last year, the largest drawdown we experienced was just about 60%, now beating that by almost 10% of a drawdown here. Really large negative numbers. However, also an extremely interesting opportunity to get into HNT if you believe in the long-term prospects. But guys, let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. I know I see in the comment section a lot of people have been accumulating HNT down near the $20 range and dollar cost averaging down here, which is what I love to see. That is what I'm doing. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, what sort of time frame you guys see for the recovery here for HNT, and if we'll see new all-time highs this year. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already to stay up to date in the latest Helium and HNT news and analysis. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, but just like that, this video is over, and I'll see